Trump is out. Where is Trump? Is out. So, am I showing my true colors now? No, I am not showing my true colors, okay? I am a Trump supporter, all right? And I'm going to say why I'm a Trump supporter, okay? So, first, let me get organized here. Let's put my scripts about my notes, what I like to talk. I've tried to be serious. I'm a funny guy. I love telling jokes. I'm a sales guy. That's what I do most of my life. So I'm always telling jokes and being happy and all that. All right. So, well, Trump is out. So why am I happy? Well, because I believe Trump today is on my shoes. Now he understands what happened to us, the Trump supporters, the guys who were supporting Trump. In my case, one of the worst cases even in the whole world, because I'm supporting Trump since 2015, since like January or March 2015, like when he's just started, and it only got worse. I think the first 1 year was okay, but then it just got worse and got worse and got worse. And by the fact that you say you're a Trump supporter, then everybody hates you, everybody criticizes you. And in my case, it was a big of a challenge because I'm the opposite. Usually I'm very popular. Usually people like me. I'm the sales guy, so I'm the guy that shows up like all over the world saying, hi, hello, how are you? It's Augustine's here, Augustine's town. People would tell their friends, Augustine's here. I'm talking like global, okay? Africa, Asia, Middle East, Latin America, USA, like Canada, like everywhere, okay? So for me, saying I support Trump, especially from day one, was a very big of a deal in my personal and my professional career, okay? And, you know, I've been through a lot of things, I've learned a lot of things, okay? The number one thing that I've learned is the media, how the media and the public opinion works today, because they do what I explained in different videos, is that just merge of fiction and reality. So we live a society which is, it's a mix. So every media you have, every access you have to public information, it's a mix, and sometimes even personal matters as well, okay? I have close friends that you see them behaving one way, and then you see their Instagram, and then you try to combine both words, okay? Of what's on Instagram, what you see in the real life, and you have this mix of fiction and real life, okay? A lot of times I say the news we watch nowadays are fiction based on real facts, and that's what happened this week with the Washington challenge. Okay, let's call that the Washington episode. Okay, a lot of friends have been telling, did you see what's happening in Washington DC? And I have a friend that she was there also, and I was like, that's a lot of, there is reality there, there's fiction, it's all this combination that media does nowadays. I was victim of that a couple of times when I was interviewed. One of the interviews was, why do I support Donald Trump? That happened in Ireland. I was interviewed maybe for 5 hours because there was like, or even more, because there was this gathering there at the Trinity College in Dublin, Ireland, and I was interviewed for maybe 2 hours. I don't know, because I have interviewed for RTE Radio, RTE, the Irish Times, and other people too. And then when they put together the article, there was almost nothing that I spoke to. So I was not trying to express my opinion about why I support Trump. Okay, it was this fiction there. It was mostly fiction. Okay. And it's all documented. I have all the registers. I've sent letters to the Irish Times. It doesn't go anywhere. It's the times in history we're living now, which I call the Dark Age. It's a modern Dark Age. Okay? So, first, why do I support Donald Trump? First, let me take this hot. Trump 2020, now it's 2021. I'm sorry. It's past. But it's not that it's past. I think the Trump quinceañera party, or the Trump family prawn is ended. It seems to me that the big picture of Trump administration for 4 years was like, oh, this billionaire that has decided to be a president of the United States. And then he basically hired the ceremonial to do his party. He hired his, it seems like a big show. And now it's over, it's finished, and now he may have his book with all the memories of when he was the president of the USA, with all his family there. Do you understand? That's my big picture about what was the Trump administration for 4 years. And if you ask me, did you know that was going to happen? No, I did not know. I just appreciate that Donald Trump had the balls to go and talk loud about a lot of problems that a lot of people, when I'm saying a lot of people, talking millions of people, were concerned and are still concerned. I believe today we're even more concerned than 5 years ago, which is the death of the Western civilization. If you are a Western person, Italian, Brazilians, a lot of Brazilians, Americans, Australians, British people, Scandinavian, Polish people, like Bulgarian people, that's called the Western society, the Western world, okay? And all of us are concerned about our future because we see our civilization dying and dying and dying and being replaced with other peoples, and a lot of peoples, even in our native nations, and we have the case of Ireland, for example, that we are like scared about what's happening. They're turning our society, our world upside down, and we do not even know why is this happening. We do not even understand why is this whole thing happening. I do not believe in enemies. I do not believe on, there's people that want to destroy us. I do not. I believe on civilizations that are destroying themselves. I talk a lot about that, even in my videos in Italian. It's like, I believe on suicidal thoughts in the Western people. Western people, there's loads of problems. There's lots of individualism, fashion victims. There's a lot of problems in the Western society, and the results coming with the collapse of our society. Okay, so I do not blame others on the whole thing. I think we need to blame ourselves first. Okay, why we reached this point. So that's the main reason why I support Donald Trump, because he supports these values. He supports the existence of the Western civilization. He supports our eternal life. He's not interested in dying. I'm not interested in dying either, okay? We have thousands of years of history. The Western civilization is not even Rome, is even before that. So usually, a lot of times people talk about Ireland this. We're talking about maybe 10,000 years of history, 10,000. America has what, 230 years or 250? Okay, America, the United States of America, okay? We're talking Irish, the Celtics, Gaelic, Celtics, Irish, all synonyms. They all mean the same thing, the same people. In Ireland, loads of Western people descend from Gaelic and Celtic. So there's a lot of values, there's a lot of things that we care a lot. And Irish language is one of the oldest languages in the whole world. Latin, also very old language. Lots of things and that people do not know. They're not, and then we have all this immigration, people from all over the world, and now with the technologies, it's so easy to travel. It's so easy to talk to people all over the world. We understand our popularity, and we need to manage that, because yes, we are popular. Everybody wants to talk about what the Western people are doing. Lots of people want to marry Western people. Lots of people want to have children that look Western. So we are very popular, and we need to be deal breakers most of the times, okay? And I know that because I travel worldwide as an Italian and an Irish. I'm Irish on my father's side, Italian on my mom's side. And I have to manage that all the time, because they will invite you to go everywhere. They want to show you to everybody. And sometimes you're like, I'm a human being just like you are. And sometimes I'm not in the mood to go. But we have to understand there's lots of elements about being Western. and lots of elements about being Western today in 2021. Okay, so Donald Trump was a big speaker globally about those thoughts, and those thoughts, they are valid for Russia, they're valid for Australia, New Zealand, they're valid for Argentina, they're valid for South Africa, they're valid for Italy, from Croatia. You know, like there's plenty of countries that are Western, and plenty of countries that we share the same problems, the same qualities, the same perspectives, and one of them is to impose respect. We want to be respected, and I think on that point, Donald Trump made our voices heard. Okay, so that's my main connection with Donald Trump. That's why I support Donald Trump. Then, okay, we go to his administration. Am I happy with his administration? No, I am not happy. I am not happy. One of the things I have offered to Donald Trump for like 5 years is for me to hire me to work on his team, because I have lots of experience worldwide. I have lots of things to talk about. I have sent even 100-page documents to him about my project, about my work, about everything we wanted to do. He did not even respond, and then he did the opposite. He put his son, his grandson, the sister of his son, the mother of his son, all that family working there, which obviously end up with losing his re-election. Obviously, I mean, I have no doubts about it. Okay, so, and I know that the same problem I faced, a lot of other people faced, and I was not changing Donald Trump. I was offering assistance and help, but he was so focused on his quinceañera party, on his prom, to understand that like this is my party. Like I wouldn't even consider how much money he spent on being a president, because that's something very personal, and I'm not sure, but I would believe that Trump has less money today than he had like 5 years ago, which I appreciate about the honesty. Okay, but on the other hand, it's like, was he a real politician? Okay, because one of the things that he denied to accept the salary that the United States would pay him, that represents a bit a denial, like, no, I'm not a common employee, I'm not a president, okay, I'm still Donald Trump, I'm still the father of Donald Trump Jr. and Eric Trump and Tiffany Trump and Melania Trump, and this is my world, and do you understand what I'm saying? So that's more like a prom, like my quinceañera party. I made this event. It was a big 4-year event. Okay, and another problem is that, and that's why I offered, because I am a conservative person, but I am on the borderline with liberals. I'm not and I am a sales guy, so I'm not an enemy of liberals, and I sell. So my offer to Trump was to sell Trump and our problems to non-Trump supporters, people who do not follow Trump, people who hate Trump, which is a hard task, but that was my project. We talk about 100 million votes, because I was going to tell everybody who is like, what is this? Why? What's happening in America? Why? Because I handle that myself. I have my businesses for like 12 years, okay? 12, 1, 2. And international. And I face that on a daily basis, okay? I am a Western guy that sells Western products. I sell mostly American rice. And then I'm talking to customers, I'm talking to them, and then I'm like, oh, I want to move to the USA. Do you understand? And I'm like, I'm just in Pakistan talking about rice and business. I'm not really into immigration. Oh, I'm in Jamaica, and but I have a brother who moved to Miami like 10 days ago, and I know America. So I handle that all the time. So I am talking to, and mostly all these people, they hate Trump, and they have like, if you hate Trump, you hate America. So why are you moving to America? Why you want to be part of America? Why do you want to be part of the Western world? If you hate the Western world, I believe you're just buying a facade. Because usually Western people sell, lots of Western people have blue eyes, tall, so we stand out. I am 6'5", I'm a tall guy, for example. I stand out. I go to Asia, everybody's this short, like I stand out. So everybody says, oh, that's Augustine. And they want to copy, they want to be part of you. But a lot of that, look, it's not just my height. I also have my culture. I also have my values. I also have my problems. And then I want to explain that to them. And then they lie, oh no, you're just lying because you do not want this. You know, like, so I handle that all the time. So we talk about 100 million, 50 million votes. Donald Trump said, no thanks. He preferred to put Tiffany Trump. And that was two things that I was a bit concerned on the Trump administration. First was Melania Trump, because she was like the spokesperson, and that's like the first week. And I'm like, but Melania, she does not really talk. I mean, she does not really like talking. She's not that passionate about talking to me. I'm not saying everybody has to be like that. It's not, oh, everybody is, no, I am like that. And this is my work. I'm the guy who travels, say hello, and I'm talking to strangers all the time. And I come back to people like Melania Trump, and then I tell her, look, Melania, I've been in the market today. You know what? People do not want perfumes the color pink. I have been talking to like 1,000 people today, and everybody says that they hate pink because there's a new trend that has to be yellow. But I'm the guy who had fun talking to 1,000 different people all day long about perfume and listening to the no thanks, I hate pink, why pink, are you crazy? Do you understand? Because I like it, it's fun, that's my profession, that's what I do. Okay, and then Donald Trump, oh, but she's my daughter, there we go, boom. And the whole world was like, Melania Trump, and you're like, and then you have all the jokes and everybody criticized. Obviously, she was not supposed to be there, okay? Then the last episodes, when the last moments of his like 2020, okay, have everybody working, the pandemic, all the chaos all over the world. I'm here on the battlefield, you know, with my Trump hat, being attacked, accused, Facebook suspended my account like 3 times, you know, being accused of all sorts of crazy stuff, and I'm like, what are you talking about? And then, oh, Tiffany Trump is there, and you're like, but Tiffany Trump, she's like 25 or 26. She's just out of the college. Cybercrime. I sent to Tiffany Trump several videos about cybercrime because I'm a victim of cybercrime myself. No responses. And I have cases that are worth $1 million of cybercrime. Very actual, very contemporary. I have lots. I mean, I'm a real case. I have a business. I have 3 companies. One company in America, another company in Ireland, another company in the United Kingdom. And now I'm working on opening another company now in Italy. I have businesses in several different countries in the world. And I have problems with the cyberspace. And I'm there talking to Tiffany Trump. She was the person who was elected by Donald Trump to be the cyberspace legal person. I mean, I don't think she even understands what I'm talking about. She's just out of college. I was like that too 20 years ago. I was just like that. So I'm not criticizing, I'm not saying she's less or more, but like, for what reason in the planet Donald Trump took the decision to remove people like Augustine from his team and place Tiffany Trump? And then is when a lot of people are saying, I believe, and sometimes I believe it too, that the prom party, the event is over, he's tired, he wants to go back home, go back to his life, which is okay because he's a billionaire, he has his life, and it's definitely public work. It's a lot of work because you need to work with public like night and day and be there. And that's what people like me do. I do that all my life and I talk to people all the time. I started selling encyclopedias, so I do not care if people tell me no thanks or what are you doing here. There's all sorts of reactions when you approach a stranger. The worst of all is when they think you are a scammer or an imposter. That obviously that happens. Especially in more violent and dangerous societies. For example, Argentina is a very dangerous country. So there's loads of fraud in Argentina. There's loads of white-collar crime in Argentina. So every time I try to do business in Argentina, they look at you like, oh, I know, this is a scammer, you're an imposter. Argentinians are famous for bad payments. Okay, Argentinians, they're terrible payers. They don't pay, they scam, they defraud. So it's part of the culture in Argentina. So when you go to sell to Argentina, even if you're not one of them, they take you as one of them because that's normal. That's human. Usually, people that you understand the world in such a way that when you talk to strangers, you understand a lot until somebody explains differences. Okay, one big difference, for example, between Western and non-Westerns, and I believe Asians connect with Westerns on that, is that we like to go straight to the point. We like to talk about why, the purpose of something. So I wouldn't knock a door of somebody in Asia or somebody in Europe or in Australia and America or some European communities in South America and Africa and say, hi, how are you doing? You know, we want to talk about this and that. No, we like to say, hello, how are you? I am here for this purpose. And then we talk about what's the reason of the visit. And then after that, we do some gathering if you have space for that or not. Usually Hispanics, maybe Arabs, they don't do that. They want to really do the politics first, get to know who you are, where do you live, what's you doing in life. And after that, they may be interested, okay? So usually Westerns and Asians, we found that very counterproductive. And usually that's why usually Westerns and Asians run the whole world, okay? Because we represent a big portion of the economy, but Asians are going up, Westerns are going down, and that's why we're scared, and that's why we support Donald Trump, because we're freaking out. It's like, oh, we are going down, okay? So, what next, okay? Well, maybe the new generation is coming, okay? I'm part of this new generation. I'm born in the 70s, okay? It's the second generation that follows Trump's generation, so now we kind of next generation will come. I believe my generation is more flexible. We understand the old, understand the new. We are this generation that we still used to live in the old times, because the 70s, the 80s, and the 90s, the internet was not all over the place, and in the 2000s, it is all over the place. So we are a very rich generation. And I believe that everybody who's in their 40s now is going to have loads of work from now on, because we will have to support our parents' generation, which are obviously getting old, and the younger generation, because unfortunately, everybody younger in their 30s now, they're very lost. There's loads of problems with drugs, which I believe I should make videos just to talk about drugs, because people do not talk about drugs, but drugs are all over the place, and they are affecting lots of things. Even the Biden's election is really related to the drug cartels. Okay, the drug cartels are there, and nobody talks about it as some sort of fear, but they are out of there. Drugs, they create crazy social behaviors, crazy mental behaviors, and that's something that we need to be very aware to survive on these times, okay? Which is one more topic, which is the dark age, which I spoke in different videos there, okay? So the dark age, again, in a very few words, is mainstream public is bad, is criminal, gangsters. It's nothing, then it has nothing to do with being Western or being Asian, being Hispanic, being African, being Muslim, okay? That has to do with being bad. And you have bad people all over the world on any sort of society, but we do live in times in history again. One of the things about being Western is that we have our history very documented, so we know a lot for the past 2,000 or 3,000 years of the Western world. So we're not concerned about dark ages, because we've been through several, even the plagues and the virus and all that. We've been through several. We've been through that before. So it's not like a big of a deal. We know how to handle that, and we know that at the end, truth always wins. God's always there. But today, as we are in this dark age, it's a moment of thinking on yourself. Be selfish and care about yourself. Stay on the survival mode. Do not get very stressed. Do not let all the drama of the public and the mainstream come into your brain. Just do it. No thanks, no thanks, no thanks, no thanks. It is hard because we're social people. There's no people in the whole planet that wants to be by themselves. We're social people. We like to live in groups. We exist in groups. And we want to be part of the group. But once you're in part of the group, you got boom, 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 boom. You know, like there's so many attacks. There's so many madness out there. That we lie, you know what, I'm going back home and just saying my little word, playing TikTok or something, you know. But we feel sad about that because not our nature. We want to show off. We want to go to the party. We want to have a good time when we're together with our friends, families, relatives, and people we do not know. But how to do that and in a rotten world, in a dark age, in an age of massive levels of corruption, crime, drugs, prostitution, the upper classes, the classes that manage, okay, the whole world. So those classes, and that's, I spoke on my 2021 celebration video, okay, which is about how to exist on this. Okay, somebody, okay, just go back to those videos and watch them. So look, be positive, stay positive, focus on yourself. That's what I do. I'm a very healthy person. I'm 44. My health is like, it's great, okay? I just did all my tests, medical tests, like even teeth, like, it's all good. Okay, I'm a happy person, but you have to be this strong. You have to be aware and conscious of the reality we live and focus on yourself. The whole world is telling me to wear a mask night and day. Okay, that's mainstream. That's probably something made out by bad people. Okay, there are elements of reality, yes. So why? Fiction based on real facts. Remember, I said that. Fiction based on real facts. There are real facts there. Try to find out which are the real facts. Yes, if I am in a small gathering, if I am around few people, I may get infected with this disease. Okay? So you wear it. But once you are in an open space, once you're riding a bicycle, you do not, you remove it, because otherwise it's the opposite. You're going to have breathing problems. Okay? So you need to manage all of that. Don't be that naive, don't be that innocent about anything that's mainstream. That's why it's called that today we live as an age of comments news. You learn more from the comments than you do from the actual news. Okay? So look, it's a pleasure to be talking again. Let's go back to our Trump hat. I'm so sorry, it's gone. I have two hats actually. I have even the old one, which is the one I bought at the New York tower, the Trump Tower there, which is blue. It's, you see it on some of my videos there, which is from the Trump Golf Club. And I like this one. This one I purchased in Tennessee. I was there for work like 1.5 years ago. All right, so look, thank you for being back to August TV, and there's lots of things going on. Okay, stay tuned and have a happy 2021 on what's possible to be happy, and that depends on yourself, number one. We're not going to change the whole world, but everything that's under your personal control, we can change. Okay, so have a great day, and thank you for being here. And bye-bye, Donald Trump. Bye-bye. Have a good time. Enjoy your life now. You're welcome back to normal life. Okay, I think you deserve some rest, and let's keep the fight forever. Okay, so hello, bye-bye.